My name is Emily Mize, and I'm an occupational therapist here at Gaylord Specialty Healthcare. And today we're going to be talking about some home safety tips and modifications to help enhance the care for individuals with memory or safety awareness challenges. When a loved one's being discharged home, there are many home modifications, adaptations, and recommendations that can be made to the home to increase safety and independent functioning. There are simple modifications that can be done to help increase the safety within your home, and your occupational, physical, and speech therapist can answer any specific questions in relation to your particular home to make the home transition a success. In the kitchen, you want to think about installing childproof latches on cabinets and drawers to limit access to potentially dangerous items such as cleaning products, alcohol, matches, knives, scissors, and plastic bags. You want to think about using appliances that have auto shutoff features, maybe potentially turning off the gas to the stove when it's not in use, making pots and pans accessible for the patient, anti-scald valves and faucets, and storing commonly used items within reach of the patient. In the bathroom, using child restraint caps on medication containers, removing any prescription drugs or vitamins from countertops and locking them away, placing grab bars for ease of use in the shower, anti-scald valves and faucets again in the bathroom, non-skid mats and night lights, and thinking about putting in elevated toilet seats and a shower chair or a shower bench. In the laundry room, installing childproof latches on detergent or other laundering products, keeping them secured to avoid possible ingestion of harmful chemicals. Thinking about closing and latching the doors and lids to your washer and dryer, and consider removing large knobs if the person likes to or tries to tamper with machinery. In your garage, shed, or basement, thinking about installing latches and locks on cabinets where tools, tackle, machines, sporting equipment, paint, fertilizer, gas, cleaning supplies, or other toxic materials may be stored. Thinking about locking up keys to cars and other machinery, for example, lawnmowers, tractors, weed trimmers, or snowblowers. Safely storing fuel sources and removing fuel sources from your grill or other equipment when they're not in use. And thinking about locking up all the vehicles and considering covering or removing vehicles and bikes that aren't frequently used. Throughout the home, removing any guns or weapons from the home to make sure that they are locked away. Locking up potentially hazardous products, electrical appliances, or any other potentially dangerous appliances. Removing door locks. Consider removing locks from the bathroom and bedroom doors to prevent the person from accidentally locking themselves in. Preventing access to potentially dangerous appliances. Installing safety knobs on the stove to prevent the person from turning the stove on or off, or disconnecting the stove or garbage disposal. And thinking about installing a monitoring device. A baby monitor can help the caregiver hear if the person needs help or gets up in the middle of the night, and installing motion sensors on garage doors and home exits. Taking caution when using fireplaces. Never leave a person with impaired memory alone in front of an open fire, in a fireplace, or an outdoor fire pit. Restricting access to the pool by installing a gate with locks or cover for the pool or hot tub when it's not in use, or installing an alarm for access to the pool. Checking the locks and making sure that there are working locks on windows, front, and back doors. Keeping a spare set of keys outside the home in case the person locks you out. And installing deadbolts high and low on outside doors to make it harder to get in and out. Addressing outlets and electrical cords and covering any unused electrical outlets with childproof plugs. Installing smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors, placing them in and near the kitchen or bedrooms, and checking them regularly to make sure that they work. If the person has vision or hearing problems, you can install ones with vibrating pads or flashing lights. Keeping any computer equipment out of the way, and protecting your documents and files with passwords and create backup files. Consider monitoring the person's computer use. Also thinking about changing passwords to important accounts and keeping credit cards or cash locked or hidden away. Some other helpful tips to think about are keeping a timer when cooking, using a whistling tea kettle, keeping commonly used items in the same location, having commonly used phone numbers pre-programmed into the person's phone or posted near the telephone, and posting signage around the home to help prompt the person to turn appliances on or off when using, and remembering to lock the door or to take out the garbage. Some other helpful tips: utilizing checklists with the correct steps and sequences for household tasks such as laundry, placing directions and steps for multi-step tasks, for example, laundry near the washing machine, removing any unnecessary items from the living environments to help decrease confusion and distractions, labeling cabinets to assist in locating objects, and having a calendar displayed for the person to reference. Ensuring adequate lighting for both indoors and outdoors, making sure to have good lighting in stairwells, turning on lights before going up or down the stairs, placing a lamp within reach of the bed, night lights in the hallway, bathroom, and kitchen, and storing flashlights in easy-to-find places. Thinking about using contrasting colors and simplifying your environment to reduce clutter. And thinking about arranging furniture to give plenty of room to walk freely, and being sure carpets are secured to the floor and stairs. Thinking about removing throw rugs, securely fastening handrails on both sides of your stairs, encouraging use of rubber-soled shoes and not walking around in socks, and in the winter months, having someone spread salt or sand on icy surfaces, and consider the use of a life alert. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation today, and don't forget to watch the rest of our brain injury education series on YouTube.